Hey, what's up? This is Harry Wagner from Harry's Situations, and I am on the iconic Rubicon Trail. Now, there's a lot of videos out there about the Rubicon. Heck, I've made several videos about the Rubicon. So what makes this one different? Well, I'm glad you asked. Today, I am with my mother, and we are in my father's 1967 Toyota Land Cruiser. Now, my mom's been up to the Rubicon. She's never been all the way through the Rubicon. She can tell you that story. This episode's gonna be filled with stories like that as we're on the trail. My dad and my mom went on their first date in this Land Cruiser. My dad bought it brand new in 1966, and I'm super excited to drive it through the Rubicon myself for the first time. So keep watching.
So Rusty passed away a little over a year ago. I was talking to Harry, and Harry was talking to me, and how do we honor Harry? And Rusty's real name was Harry, but how do we honor Rusty? And it occurred to us that, you know, I hadn't been through Rubicon. We picked this day, June 12th, Rusty's birthday. We decided to honor him by coming on through Rubicon. Plus, it gave me a chance to go through Rubicon for the first time. I'd seen so much about it.
One thing I always remember you saying when I was a kid is that, I smell gas, Rusty, I smell gas, I smell gas. So both tanks are full, the stock one under your seat and the one Dad built to the back. I'm running off the one under your seat first so that it gets emptied.
So are you saying you don't want to hear that out of me today?
I think you probably will smell gas at some point with me.
I'm sure.
This thing has dual tanks. We went to switch tanks. One of them not even hooked up. We ended up using it as a transfer tank. We put a can of gas in the back tank, and then we siphon fuel from the front tank back into the can. There's a lot of things my dad did on here that made perfect sense to him, and they're not as intuitive to me. Dad always ran those Dick Seebeck Fun Countries.
Yeah.
And they don't make those anymore. I've actually got that old set. They look cool, but I certainly wouldn't want to run them on the trail. So one of the only changes I made is now we've got 17-inch rims and 38-inch Nitto trail grapplers. We didn't even bring a spare. These are a lot tougher tire. Dad always liked wide tires. They work good in the snow. Great traction. They're super tough.
Well, I know we haven't hit the hard stuff yet, but I feel really good about being out here with my son.
All those guys that he was wheeling with had limited slip differentials like power locks and stuff, and I think maybe from his drag race days where they run spools or they ran Detroit lockers, so he put the Detroits in front and rear. No one was doing that. Technology has changed, the market has changed, but I mean, we're doing it basically as he built it 40 years ago, we're running this trail today. We went through the Granite Bowl, no problem. Yeah, you can see why it's so popular, right? But yeah, these guys come out here and they're like, holy cow, you know, it's not just the challenge, it's gorgeous. You know, you're in the pine trees, you've got the granite, you've got high alpine lakes.
And that's where, for me, it's like, this is all about the journey.
Sure.
You know, I mean, I love identifying what flowers are blooming and what type of tree it is, and getting out and walking and just feeling the granite underneath my feet. Well, that's a pretty lake.
My mom drove, she did great. All right, so Mom, it's your turn behind the wheel.
I need a rundown.
Granite Bowl. Yeah, so the thing fires right up. With the Detroit locker in the front, when you're on granite, it is there's a lot of steering effort. It's hard to turn, so sometimes you got to make 3-point turns, or you definitely want to look ahead. I think that's the biggest thing being out here is looking ahead, anticipating. So we talked about where your differentials are. You want to put your tires on top of the rocks rather than try and go between them because you'll hit the differentials.
Tell me again about the differentials.
So in the front, it's on the passenger side. So you have more clearance on the driver's side than the passenger side. In the rear, it's in the middle.
And you're going to tell me, right, where to...
I'm sure I won't be able to help myself.
Yeah.
I have used the gas very sparingly on this. This thing makes so much torque when you're in first gear.
Yeah.
It just crawls along. That's one thing I always liked about this thing is that it just chugs along. I did find it takes a lot of brake effort. So I've kind of been riding the brakes, and you know, you even maybe want to put it in neutral. You when you need to stop, because you'll be standing on the brakes to get it to stop.
We were just talking about that. So we had all those switches down here, and your dad did all that original wiring we were talking about. One of those switches he would put on, he did not want anybody to see him brake when he four-wheeled. So he had a little toggle switch that when he rode the brakes, no one had any idea he was doing it.
So I think we're ready to go.
Here we go.
Yeah, let's do it. There you go.
Okay.
And all the way back is first gear.
Okay. Okay. Beep beep. Okay.
So many people have been through this trail. A lot of times you can look at these rocks, and if the top's straight or chipped off, it's like, oh, somebody else got stuck on that rock. I want to be conscious. That's probably a clue that it might give me trouble if I don't pay attention.
Well, so far this is fun.
Yeah. Hey, I'll sell you this thing if you want. You're the only one I would sell it to or give it to.
Okay, so if I miss where this trail is, you're supposed to be the one, right?
Yeah.
Climb those little rocks. Right this way?
Yep.
Oh, right this way?
Either way's fine.
I'm going this way. And which way do I go from here?
So I would basically go straight.
But what about that crevice over there?
I think you're going to be all right. I would keep going straight.
This way.
Yeah.
And then where?
I keep going straight. Go a little left. Yeah. Now come back towards me. Yeah, you're a little more left than... So we need to be right there.
Okay. Am I going up on that rock straight ahead?
You want to go, yeah.
Or to the right of it?
We're going to end up there, so you can keep going straight. It wasn't really until we got almost to the soup bowl that we started having fuel delivery issues. Now, I had attributed those to vapor lock. Well, we're battling some vapor lock issues. My mom and I did a test run last weekend and we ran into this, and I tried to put heat wrap around the fuel lines. This thing's carbureted, so it runs lower pressure. So what happens is the fuel turns into a vapor before it actually reaches the carburetor, and we're sitting here. So luckily, there's worse places to be stuck. We've pulled off to the side, talked to some friends, put the hood up, and let the thing cool down. And really, we battled them all day. We kept troubleshoot stuff. The good news is we've made it to Little Sluice for lunch. The bad news is the Land Cruiser keeps vapor locking. So this new aluminum radiator is keeping the engine cool, but there's enough heat in the engine bay that it's actually vaporizing the fuel. So what's the fix? Well, we'll just take this hood off and we'll put it on the roof. Oh, it's still hot. Let's take the hood off. Oh, it's the fuel filter we need to change. Oh, we're out of fuel. So we took the hood off and we let this thing cool down. Still didn't seem to help with what I thought was vapor locking. But I did notice in the glove box, there are 3 of these very old vintage fuel filters. So maybe my dad was trying to tell me something. We're gonna change this and see if it helps. And what it ended up being, or so we think, we'll find out more tomorrow. All right, so I changed the rear fuel filter. What I didn't realize is these Edelbrock carbs have a little fuel filter right on the carb. But luckily, we brought Corey and Paul along, and they said, that's what you changed, right?
Show them the filter. Show them the filter.
For all them Edelbrocks,
Right here, where it says filter.
I'll hold a few. Is it going?
Go to your chip.
Oh, okay. We got fuel. So we got fuel to here. So this is our guy.
Oh yeah. Oh, look at that thing. Oh.
There we go. Oh, Bonnie.
Yeah.
Look at that. Look at that chunks on there. Come on, man.
Bonnie, we found it. Yep, spring's still in there, so the spring is happy. Now, spring goes in first. Salmon will flow like Capistrano. Let's call that snug a Ruski 5000.
Boys. Huh? Huh?
Huh?
Huh?
Mine was a bet.
Wow, these guys are pretty darn optimistic.
Yeah! Get some!
And after After today, I have a couple of theories. I don't think it was a vapor lock.
We're about to find out.
I'm ready for it to work. Woo!
Since then it ran great, so hopefully that's an indication that we finally resolved the issue. Otherwise, I'll tell you, I was really impressed with how this thing works.
I had a blast. I had just a blast. You know, the last time I four-wheeled, I figured it was probably 35 years ago or so. And this time, before we went, I was pretty nervous. I hadn't been for a long time. And we're up here to celebrate the life of Rusty, this being his birthday. So I had a lot of mixed feelings about it. But you know, there was something about getting in that Toyota this time and taking off and going. I just never looked back. I had the time of my life. Even when you were working on fuel problems and stuff, I was so happy out there. I just loved the nature, loved the beauty of the Rubicon.
So while it's almost in the same shape as it was in probably 40 years ago, narrow axles, sprung over, carbureted big block, one thing we did update was the tires. We actually put on these 38-inch Nitto trail grapplers on it. This video is actually brought to you by Nitto. If you like what we're doing here, please like and subscribe to the Driving Line channel. If you want to see the extended cut of this video, head over to the Harry Situations channel and you can see a longer version with more banter with my mother and I. One thing that's interesting about being out here troubleshooting this Land Cruiser isn't necessarily my strong suit. I mean, I think I'm a pretty good photographer, a decent writer. I did that for years for off-road magazines. And my relationship with my dad was a complicated one. He was an innovator, he was a fabricator, self-taught, but he didn't really pass that on to me. He wanted me to go to school. He said, oh, I cared more about that stuff than I cared about school when I was young, and I don't want the same for you. He wasn't the most patient person either. You know, I wanted him to teach me how to weld. I wanted him to teach me how to do things, and a lot of those things, skills that I've picked up, I've learned elsewhere. They weren't from him. You know, I always wanted to make him proud, and hopefully today more than ever on his birthday when we're out here to celebrate him, I am making him proud. So we're starting day 2. How do you feel this morning compared to how you felt yesterday morning?
Oh, you asked me right as we're headed into a creek.
Yeah, you know, your vehicle's not even up to temperature and you're already like rock crawling. It's pretty crazy. Yeah.
First off, I slept like a rock.
Yeah, pretty wore out yesterday, huh?
Yeah, you reminded me that you had to wake me up to stop my snoring. I'm looking forward to the day. I'm hoping maybe I can drive a little bit today again.
Absolutely.
We were living in Yuba City. We had 3 other vehicles with us, 3 close friends, and we decided that we were going to go through Rubicon. It was probably about this time of year, actually. We got going not too very far, and we were going to go through backwards. That was the real cool thing to do back then. And got into a slick spot, and we rolled the Toyota over. When it landed on its side, on my side. My head was actually underwater. The first thing I remember is Rusty grabbing my shoulder and bringing my head out of the water. The Toyota actually was okay. We could keep going, everybody is okay, but my niece got her fingers cut up a little bit with some loose things when we rolled. So the friends went on and we turned around and went back. I did do some four-wheeling after that, but we never had an opportunity to go through Rubicon. So as many times as Rusty's been through it, as many times as Harry's been through it, this is my first time. Seems like there were plenty of times I got out and walked with Rusty, and then I'd get all tired and he made it look so easy. It's like, why'd I get out? Same thing with Harry. Why'd I get out?
All right, so we're done with the part at Buck. We're gonna peel away from Buck now. We start dropping in elevation. We'll get to Big Sluice. I think the bottom's the toughest part these days. I don't like the stuff where you're dropping off ledges or climbing ledges, because that's where I feel like there's the potential to roll.
Or scraping sides, for that matter.
Or scraping sides, yeah. Yeah, when I'm up here doing it, I think about doing it in my flat fender, and I'm like, that's crazy. And then I see videos of what other guys are doing in their flat fenders, or my buddies talk about it, and I'm like, yeah, I get all excited. When I'm up here, I'm like, do I really want to do this with manual steering and 32-inch tires? And
Yeah, but when they're doing it, do they have seat belts and a roll bar?
I mean, some of them do. So am I going to jinx this if I say so far? I guess yesterday morning when it was cool, it still ran good too, huh? So this thing's been running good. We're at the top of Big Sluice, and I'm a superstitious person. I said, oh, it's running great. Haven't had any issues. And then, 10 minutes later, it shuts off on me. So we cleaned out this little filter yesterday. I'm gonna just pull it all the way out. We have an inline filter back by the tank, and I guess we'll see if that does the trick.
Okay, start her up. Every time we went four-wheeling, Rusty would say,
Okay, I want you to put that tire just right here.
you're going to be doing a little bit of driving today. And it's like, I'm ready.
Put my foot on those rocks, right?
And then Rusty loved four-wheeling, and somehow he never got out of the driver's seat for me to do it.
I thought so.
Okay, just kind of keep your foot on the brake. Look good. Yeah, you can come this way a little bit, yeah. Look good, yeah. That's it. You're all nice and easy. Okay, a little passenger. Front's about to drop. More passenger if you can.
Okay.
Okay. Nice work. All right, hold on a second here. Oh yeah, you're good.
Right here?
That's it, yeah, nice and easy.
Okay.
And by this point, I would I would head this way.
Well, wait.
Stop. I was too busy taking video and not spotting. Yeah, you're good.
Am I okay?
Just go straight. Nice and easy.
Am I
The front's
straight?
easy. The front's this will stop. Turn as you're coming forward. Turn driver.
Oh, I
Turn,
see it.
Driver. Okay, as you come forward, just come straight. Okay, turn a little. Slow down.
I'm pressing as hard as I can. Your turn. See, my foot's totally on the brake and I'm still rolling. So when we get to where we're going, let's grab Dad's ashes. Do we wear gloves?
I didn't bring any.
I don't have a whole lot to say.
I haven't thought about what I necessarily have to say either. So my friends at Samco Fabrication made this plaque for me. It's a Land Cruiser headlight bezel for an FJ40, and it's laser etched with my dad's name and his year of birth and the year that he passed. Rock crawler, drag racer, and innovator. There's a lot of different memorials here. We're at the bottom of Cadillac Hill, and we're gonna spread his ashes here, say a few words, put this plaque up to remember him by. That's it for this episode. Mission accomplished. My mom made it through the Rubicon, my dad's Land Cruiser made it through the Rubicon, and honestly, once we figured out the fuel delivery issues, it worked pretty much flawlessly. I call that a success. He built this thing almost 40 years ago. it's still super capable. So whether you like, whether you subscribe, make sure to call your dad and tell him you love him. Thank you for watching this Harry Situations video on the Driving Line channel. Driving Line has all sorts of great content creators and they're dropping new content almost daily. You're definitely going to want to subscribe so you don't miss any of it in the future. And we'll see you out on the trail.